Today our topic is writing a travel log. Okay, and this is actually a topic in your unit uh, four. Sorry, unit number 12. Okay, and it is on page 272 and 273. Okay, and boys, in today's lesson we are going to learn about that how can we write a travel log. Okay, so so far Jundi is not there. Okay, so I have only three boys. Noor, walaikum salam. Durri, how are you?
Fine, sir. How are you?
Sami, and yeah, alhamdulillah, I'm fine. What about the other guys? Why they are not taking the classes?
Whenever I contact Jundi, he says he's asleep.
Mhm. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's start our lesson. Uh, okay, so this is our lesson, writing a travel log. Okay, so let's start. What is a travel log? Okay, so a travel log is a person's account of a journey to another country or place. For example, to you went on a trip to another country and later on you write about that tour. Okay, it can either be a written report with many factual details or a narrative story about personal impressions and experiences supported by images. So it can be in both ways. It can be in a detailed report with factual details, like usually the companies they make such a travel log report so that it can interact the readers. After reading that report, you should feel that I should visit that place. Okay, and it can be a narrative story about personal impressions and experiences supported by images. So if you think that travelogue only refers to something in a written form decorated with a few pictures, you should be wrong. Why? Of course, it's a piece of course, it's a piece of writing. Please don't write anything on the board, boys. Don't play with anything. Okay. I have to. So, it's a piece of writing, and the first thing that we imagine when we hear this word. Still, a story about the journey can also be demonstrated as a motion picture, lecture, or talk, accompanied by photos or a presentation. In our guide, we will talk today's lesson. In our guide means in today's lesson, we will talk about a travel log with an essay type structure. However, we are free to use certain tips for other forms of travel log. So there are different types of, different forms of travel logs. But today we are just going to discuss in the form of essay type structure. Okay. So it's an account of person's journey to another country or place. Okay. So far, this is what do we mean by travel log. It's a quotation written by Danny Kai. Danny Kai, it's an American author. It's an American singer. It was an American singer, okay? And he was a Brooklynian, born in New York, and he died in California. And he says about travel log, and he says about traveling that to travel is to take a journey into yourself. Means once we travel to different beautiful places, we come to know about ourselves. That we try to find ourselves. Means we try to get the peace. Okay, so these are just a word about traveling. Okay, it's a quotation from Danny Kai. Okay, the basic thing, the most important thing is the structure of a travel log. Okay, as I have already told you in the beginning that we are discussing travel log is a kind of essay type structure. Okay, so a travel log is written in an essay style following all the rules of essay writing. It has three major elements: introduction, body, and conclusion. like essay writing, again and again I'm repeating this point that you can write in your own way. There are different forms of writing a travel log. You can just uh, put a picture on an Instagram and down means a caption of a place, okay, where you have been. It can be from any country, okay. So you have been to that place and you liked it very much, okay. And after that, what you can put on a caption with some introduction about that place on an Instagram. It's also a kind of travel log, okay. So travel log has different kinds, but as I'm repeating again this point that today we are discussing travel log as an essay type structure. That's why if we are taking or discussing it as an essay style, so it has three major elements: introduction, body, and conclusion. Okay, guys. So, boys, so far is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
hmm Okay. So let's start with the introduction. How could be the introduction of a travel log? Okay, as it should be attractive introduction that should persuade, that should urge, encourage others, means your readers to read the whole post, make it boys, for some people writing travel log is a profession, it's a kind of job. Do you know this? Do you know? Why? That writing a travel log for some people is a kind of job. Okay, some people they are doing as a job. They are writing travel logs for different uh, online websites or different companies. Okay, so travel log is a kind of professional job for some people. Okay, boys.
They have. Yes, sir. Okay.
So it must be very attractive. Okay, the introduction must persuade your readers to read the whole post. Okay, make it precise and catchy so that it should attract the attention of your reader. Okay, you can put some thrilling photos, pictures about that speaks of your journey. Okay, then after the introduction there is a part body. Okay, the second part, this is the soul of your journey. Avoiding writing long paragraphs, instead use smaller ones with attractive headings. You can also use a poetic description in your headline about landscapes, people and other sites. Means you can create small kind of poems about that. Okay, for example, just to catch the attention, just to make it attractive. Okay, with the picture you can put some wonderful words or landscapes about people, about other sites. Okay, so don't write long paragraphs. Try to avoid writing long paragraphs. It will because it can make your readers to lose their attention. Okay, so try to write smaller ones and with attractive headings, and you can use some poetic versions, some poetic descriptions in your headlines. Okay. Then the third part is the conclusion. Finally, express your gratitude to the locals and friends you made there. Uh, means you were, for example, you were on a uh, what do we say? You are on, you have been to some place, okay, and you meet some local people over there and you made friends with them, so you can express your gratitude. Means you can say your thankful gratitude means saying thanks. Okay, so you can express this when you write a travel log. You can mention those people, their pictures, and talk about their hospitality and end your travel log on a positive note. There should be no criticism, and encourage your readers to visit the place and tell them why would you like to go there next time as well. Okay. So it's just a kind of persuasive writing. Travelogue is actually a persuasive writing. Okay, it's to persuade others. Okay, it's to persuade the readers to visit that place. That's why it's a kind of business activity as well. So many um, uh, traveling, the companies who are working with traveling, okay, working with traveling, so they have such people whose job is just to create attractive travel logs, okay, so that it can attract the attention of the reader. And after reading that travel log, people should have that, that intention among them to visit that place, okay. So this is the sole purpose of writing a travel log. But here I'm just talking with you a kind of essay style travel log. That's why here in this slide I have discussed with you the three main parts, the three main elements, the major elements of travel log. It's introduction, body, and conclusion. Okay, boys, is that clear to you so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll move ahead. So an introduction is like a roadmap, okay, that tells your audience what can we include in introduction actually. It should be a roadmap that tells your audience the direction your presentation will take. State your topic and tell the audience what your presentation will cover. Outline the main points. A good introduction will capture an audience attention. So for that, how can you start your introduction? So start your talk by greeting the audience or introducing yourself. Okay, greeting means saying hello, hi, my name is this, I'm from this country, I am a travel log blogger. Okay, and you can introduce yourself even if they already know you, but you just introduce yourself. It will give you an encouragement to start your writing your travel log. And then state your purpose in the introduction. For example, I'm going to talk uh, about a wonderful place which I visited last week, okay, which I visited last year. Today, I would like to discuss with you about this place. So, provide any kind of necessary background or definition of terms if you feel you should introduce the definition. So, it's how you can start your introduction. Okay, boys. Then for the body of the travel log, the body of your presentation, the means the body of the travel log is where you have to develop the main points, okay, and present examples and evidence. For example, the information in the body needs to be well structured. Decide on an organizing. For example, what should be the first point of discussion in the body? What could be the second point? And then what could be the third point? Means this is what the chronological order. Chronological order means first, second, third. This is how you discuss the points one by one. Okay, and you can present the theme and the importance, and you can present your ideas in order in the body part. Okay, make sure you provide clear links between the main points, explanation, and examples. And you can use visual aids, means pictures. uh, you can to engage the interest of your audience, to show instead of you just tell, or you can emphasize some important information, so that your audience should feel that you are means they should feel a kind of real, that they are there. So after reading or seeing that picture, they should feel, oh, I should be there. Okay, I should have been there in that place. Okay, in place of that guy. So this is how you have to persuade your readers. So for that purpose, you can use verbal signposts, okay, to guide your audience through the presentation. You can highlight some key points and indicate the different sections of your presentation. For example, you can put pictures, captions. You can just put. You can just put. You can say Google Map over there. Okay, just to show them that how it looks like. You can move from one point to the next by using some phrases. Finally, secondly, firstly, secondly, thirdly, finally. You can use some. For example, you can use some. Like I have used here, okay. And this I have used the words of Danny. You can use such kind of some famous people's words you can put over there, okay, and you can state the names as well, okay, boys. So this is how you can write the body and the introduction. Now The third thing is the conclusion. How can you conclude? Okay, so for the conclusion is usually a summary of the whole main points that you have made here in the body. So for that, in the body of the talk, you have to restate the main points. You have to re-answer if there are some questions over there. Okay, if you have introduced some questions over there, or you can just rephrase the main ideas here. Please don't introduce any new points here in conclusion, because whatever you have here discussed here, you are going to conclude over here in your concluding paragraph. Okay, so don't introduce any new information in the conclusion. Take the opportunity to show that you have means you can just here you can just show that you have covered all the main points or the major areas, uh, and you have introduced in a well mannered way. Okay, so for conclusion, you can work out how will you finish your talk. Means how can I finish? Can I finish? Can you can signal your conclusion with the kind of phrases. So you can say that okay, at the end of my discussion, uh, okay, for the conclusion of my discussion, okay, then you can thank the audience so that they should understand that okay, you are going to finish your talk, or you can just invite uh, you can ask them to visit that place. Okay, so restate the purpose of your talk, that what was the purpose, that why you have talked with them today. So you can restate your purpose in concluding remarks. So I think it's now clear that then using these kind of phrases. Okay, that's how the three parts, the introduction, the body, and conclusion, can be uh, right using such kind of phrases or examples, or in this way you can do this. Okay, boys, is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Only Durri is okay. Noor Baker's mic is not working. What about Sami? Sami, can you
Sam is
hear?
muted.
Okay. Sami, can you hear me? Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. So it means that I should go for the next. Okay, then as I have told you that for some people they are writing they are writing travel log for traveling blogs. Okay, and they are earning money over there. So writing a travel log, it's a kind of creativity that you can develop in yourself. Okay, so that's why, and it's also mentioned in unit 12 in your book. That's why I'm discussing with you. That's the basic purpose of, and also traveling. Everybody likes to travel. Everybody likes to visit new places. So why don't we discuss this? Okay. So this we should know that how can I create my own travel log? Maybe in future, maybe you got some kind of job where you need to write a travel log. So it's a kind of creativity. Okay. So don't feel bored about it. Everything that I am sharing with you, every lesson is having a kind of something an important element for the for the future perspective. Okay, so the four key steps creating your travel log. Number one, the preparation of the trip. Number one, key point. Okay, so for that there must be an audience. You have to do a research. You have to gear them up. There must be a technique. There must be a concept. That how can you prepare your trip? Okay, then how can you shoot? How can you start your trip? Means sorry, shoot. How capture means through camera. What kind of location coverage? Which kind of equipment you need? Okay, to capture those location to coverage for the coverage of your trip. Okay, then edit means transfer, edit, correct, build means whatever you have captured over there, you want to edit it, edit your trip, or then later on you can share your trip, output, delivery, presentation. So that if you have taken picture, we see that we watch. There are some videos on YouTube, okay, that have been shared some travel bloggers, and they are using the equipment technology, and through they are capturing their trip, and later they are sharing their trip. So that's how after editing. Okay, so these are the four key steps to creating your travel log. Means the first one is the preparation of the trip. How can you shoot, capture, or coverage your trip? Then after that, editing, and then finally, after the editing, your the final part is the share of your trip. Okay, so these are the four key concepts, or you can say steps. Yeah. So this is how a travel blog. This is how a travel log is written. You can see this is an example in front of you. Okay, boys. So this is how a travel log is written. As you can see, this is a mountain province. Okay. Uh, See the pictures with some kind of people are over there. See the scenery. How would you travel? And a kind of brief kind of information. So it's a kind of example for you for travel log. Okay, boys. Okay, bye. So this was about travel log. Okay, I hope you have understood this all about travel log. And there is an. Let me share you another. Okay, so let me share you another. um okay, boys. So see this. Can you see this in front of you, boys?
Yes, sir.
This is a worksheet related to travel log. This is a Silk Road, okay? And you have to create a travel log. And the book, page number 272, there is an information about Silk Road, okay? And page 273 also there. So you have to read that page 272, and after reading that there is a comprehension. You have to solve that comprehension, and after reading it will help you to create your travel log about Silk Road. Okay, so what would it have been like to have been part of a group traveling with your goods along the Silk Road? Maybe you have not visited that Silk Road. Just try to imagine that you have been to the Silk Road, you have been the part of that traveling group, okay? And this photo, using the photo and the article to help you. So this is a kind of just to make sure you, and also what you have to do to write an account of your journey along the Silk Road, and you have to include the following points. How you felt when you started on the journey? What were your feelings? Okay, some events that occurred during the journey that were particularly memorable. Okay, whether you would go on the return journey, means you will go for the next time or not. Will you go for next time or no? So for have students can just think of imaginary journey, or they can read the lesson in their student books on page 272. And after that you have to write a travel log. Okay, and in that these are the three main points that you have include. Okay, boys. So this is your worksheet. Please try to get the printout and write it, and then you can share with me. Okay, boys, is there a question regarding this worksheet?
No, sir.
Sami, Noor, do you have any question related to this? Okay, boys. Okay, Sami, no questions. Okay, that's good. Is it clear to you? Okay, okay, then that's fine. So please try to solve this, and also the page 272 and 73 in your student book. I hope I have understood all of you. And please uh, try to solve this one. It's really interesting. You can get help from some, you can Google the topic and you can get help from internet as well. Okay, and from your book as well, and from my slides as well. So hope you have understood, and thank you for uh, being the part of the today's discussion, today's lesson. Okay, boys, thank you. And now we am going to end the class. Take care. Bye bye. From the next week, we are going to start uh, the revision